All right, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Makakodash, that belongs to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to Allah Akimo that is doing the work in sincerity and charity with humiliation all across the four winds. To you I salute. This is the brother Chaarawtaza from the GMS Bahamas camp, back with you with another lesson. So today, I want to get into a brief topic. I'm dealing with angels actually grinding mortal women, which I'm gonna show you, that's a bunch of garbage. All right, I'm gonna show you that through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai. All right, and what caused me to go into this is because I ran into this guy, and which I dealt with him before, and he's of the opinion that, mermaids exist. So I'm gonna be covering, all of that at the same time. I'm gonna cut that at the same time. He's also of the opinion that angels came down, and grind mortal women. So I just can go into that and bring out the edification of it, because people read that and they actually think that there was a war in heaven and Satan and the angels them came down and they grind, women and had children by them, and the way how the churches break it down is basically similar, but today I'm gonna give you the proper edification on that. All right, so without further ado, let's jump. Before I get into that, Salakia, you know, like I said, they're of that opinion. So, did the angels really come down from heaven and had sex with mortal women? No. All right. So the angels, don't have sex. All right. They can't have sex. All right. Okay. But like I said, let me go in and break it down. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 6. I'm going to read from verse 1. It reads, "And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw that the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And Yahweh said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown." Okay, so like I said, let's go ahead and break this down, because I have other precepts to prove that the spirit cannot have sex with the flesh. It just don't fit. Like oil and water, that don't fit. Okay, but this right here is speaking about three types of people in the earth. And the three types of people that are speaking about is that you have the sons of men, you have the sons of the wicked, and you have the sons of God. Okay? The sons of God are the Hebrew Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? The sons of men are the other nations. All right, the heathen nations that are not Israelites. Okay? And then you have the sons of the wicked, which is the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. Okay? So knowing that, all right, apply that to Genesis chapter 6, what I just read. All right? And you don't get no damn angels sleeping or grinding mortal women. So let's go ahead and prove that flesh and spirit cannot mingle and have physical offspring, have physical children. So let's go ahead and prove that shit, because that is a bunch of horse shit. All right, today you're going to get the proper edification on that. Okay, so this is the book of Matthew. The book of Matthew chapter 22, verse 30. It reads, "For in the resurrection they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are as the angels of God in heaven can. You see that? So you got to understand that that word marriage in its original context, okay? You have to understand that word in its original context, because marriage simply means sex. That's it. Sex consummate marriage. All right, because out here you got niggas thinking that marriage is basically signing some type of official document in the world stating that, yeah, y'all two, both man and woman are married. Okay, so again, the act of marriage, all right, or the act of being married is actually having sex. All right, and angels do not have sex according to the scriptures. Okay, now I'm not gonna make this too long. I'm gonna hit some key bangers, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Cause remember I told you that this guy, he's of the opinion that mermaids exist, and which I'm gonna get that point right now and show and prove to you. Also tying in that angels do not have sex. Okay, this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15. I'm gonna start here at verse 38. Watch this. But the Most High giveth it a body as it had pleased him, and to every seed his own body. Okay? So there are different types of bodies. All right? There are different types of bodies. And the next verse is going to break it down. Okay? 1 Corinthians 15 and 39. It reads, all flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fish, and another of birds. There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial. But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. Alright, Salakia, man. Every time you damn cutting a video, the devil always show up. But that ain't gonna stop nothing. Let me read this again. 1 Corinthians 15:39. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fish, another of birds. There are bodies celestial, and there are celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial, but the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. Okay. Lock it, blowing kind of high. All right. So like I was saying, there are different types of bodies, right? So the scripture is telling you here clearly, all right, that when the Most High made these different creatures, he made them to have different bodies. All right, and your bodies would carry you. So a man cannot have sex with fish and have offspring. Okay? So half man, half fish, that is horse shit. Fish have its own body and man have its own body. So therefore, this mermaid cannot exist. Okay? So again, a man cannot have sex with a fish and have offspring. A man cannot have sex with a beast and have offspring. Alright? It just not happening. Yahweh Shai didn't made it like that. Okay? And he also show you the difference between the celestial bodies and the terrestrial bodies. The celestial bodies goes into the heavens, and the terrestrial, all right, pertains to the things of the earth. You see that? So the celestial is the angelic body, okay, and the terrestrial is the earthly body, okay. And it says what the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory. Let me read that again. It's a lock here, right? It says the celestial, but the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. All right. The glory of the celestial is what? Angels don't have sex. They don't get tired. They don't get old. They don't get weak. They don't get sick. All right. They are constant energy. They are constant fire. All right. That's what the glory is. And the glory of the terrestrial, All right, terra, which goes back to the terrain, which goes back to the earth, which is the earth suit. All right, and the glory of this body, the terrestrial body, is sex. Okay, all right. So showing you a man can only have sex. The humans can only have sex with humans. Angels don't have sex. Period. All right. So, um, Salakia. All right. So let's get another precept, to basically sum this all up. All right. Because Jago just stupid bad, man. All right. So from there, let's get the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 11. Right. It reads, and it is a rare thing that one, Salakia, and it is a rare thing that the king require it, and there is none other that can show it before the king. Watch this. Except the gods, whose dwelling is not with flesh. Can you see that? It says the gods, right? Which goes back to what the spirit, which is the same thing the angels, which is the same thing as the angels, which goes back to what the celestial bodies, to things pertaining to the heavens. All right. It says what? It says what? Whose dwelling is not with flesh. Why? Because the celestial have its habitation, which is in the heavens, and the flesh have its habitation, which is on the earth. All right. So man, all right, when he's in the flesh, his spirit is wrapped inside his flesh. All right. So again, a spirit don't dwell with flesh like the scriptures say. So angels cannot and will not grind mortal women. All right. They cannot have sex. All right. Angels and mortal women cannot have sex. It just ain't happening. Because why? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is not the power of confusion, but he's the power of order. So again, all right, a dog can say have sex with a cat and produce fruit. You understand? That ain't working. So how much more the spiritual world, the celestial world versus the terrestrial world? It just ain't happening. All right, but I got a key banger. All right, that is gonna put all that to rest. Okay, I'm gonna get a precept now that is gonna put all that to rest. All right, because you know, um, angels having sex with women, that just ain't right. That just ain't adding up. Okay, so Lord willing, I hope this, would bring some clarity to that. Okay, this is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7. All right, I'm start here at verse 1. Check this out. It says, I myself also am mortal. I'm a mortal man, like all, and the offspring of him that was first made of the earth. So we all come from Adam. Okay, and this is King Solomon that is speaking. Watch this, verse 2. And in my mother's womb, being fashioned to be flesh in the time of 10 months, being compacted in the blood of the seed of man and the pleasure that came with sleep. And when I was born, I drew in the common air and fell upon the earth, which is like of nature, which is of like nature. And the first voice which I uttered was crying, as all others do. I was nursed in swaddling clothes, and that with care. Watch this. Watch this. For there's no king that had any other beginning of birth. This is the point right here. Watch this. For all men have one entrance into life, and the like going out. Let me read that again, because this is the point. For all men have one entrance into life, and the like going out. So guess what? That cut angels grind mortal women. Because it says what? All men have one entrance into life. right? So all men that is upon the face of the earth came from another man. All right? Okay? So this is the proper context. This is the proper breakdown of that shit. All right, now you're being corrected. Okay? So all men came from another man, and it ain't no man on the planet Earth walking around half fish and half human, or half human and half dog, half human, half hog, half human, half damn horse. That you just ain't gonna find that, cause that is shit. Okay? All right, the Most High Power, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, he don't get down like that. Okay? He don't get down like that. So going back to Genesis chapter 6 and verse 4, angels cannot, will not have sex or will not grind mortal women. So with that, Lord willing, I hope that this lesson was edifying. And I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakudash, for giving me the spirit to do this video. Shalom Akim. Shalom.